Good morning, students. In the last lecture of the object-oriented programming, we learned the concept of constructor. The constructor is a special member function of a class that initializes the object of a class. Constructor is a special member function. Why? Because constructor name is same as the class name and it doesn't have a return type. So it is a special member function. The constructor is different from member function of a class. The constructor does not have a return type, but the member function has a return type. Constructor is automatically called when we create the object of a class, and member functions need to be explicitly using the object of a class. When we do not create any constructor in our class, then C++ compiler generates a default constructor and insert it into our code. The same does not apply to the member function. This is how a compiler generated default constructor looks. This is the main difference between the normal member function of the class and constructor. The constructor is nothing but this is a one special member function and whose task, whose work is to initialize the object of a class, and the constructor having the same name as the class name. Now in this lecture we will start our next point as types of constructor. There are different types of constructor present in C++. Here are the different types of the constructors. First type is the default constructor. Second type is the parameterized constructor. Third one is the copy constructor, and fourth one is the dynamic constructor. Let's see these types one by one. First one is the default constructor. The constructor which does not accept any argument is called a default constructor. In default constructor, the argument list is void. Means the default constructor means the constructor or the constructor type which does not accept any argument, then that type of constructor is called as the default constructor. And in the default constructor, the argument or the parameter list is void. Means in the default constructor, we pass the void to the parameter. To pass void keyword as a parameter. The default constructor is also called as empty constructor. The default constructor is also known as empty constructor because of it has no arguments. This constructor, default constructor, does not have any argument, does not have any parameter. So this type of constructor is called as empty constructor. A default constructor is used to initialize all the objects of a class with the same values. A default constructor is mainly used to initialize the objects of the class with their respective values. There can be only one default constructor in a class. There can be only one default constructor can be defined for any class. Means, for example, if there is an one student class, then that student class only contain, that student can only contain the one default constructor, that is student. The default constructor is defined as a constructor which does not contain any parameter or argument. The default constructor is defined as the constructor which does not contain any parameter or any argument. And the default constructor can be called directly when an object of the class is created. Whenever the object of any class is created within the program, then at that time the default constructor is directly called. In short, the default constructor is the constructor which does not take any argument and it has no parameter. It is an default constructor. Let's see the syntax and example for the default constructor. Here is an syntax for defining the default constructor. In the class, you can define the constructor, that is, you want to provide first class name because the constructor has the same name as the class name. The constructor name is same as the class name. So, here is a class name. And in the constructor in the constructor function, there is a no parameter. The only parameter will contain in the default constructor, that is void. Only it contains void as a parameter. Void means null character, means the default constructor does not have any parameter or it does not contain any argument. So, here we want to specify only the class name. This type of constructor is called as default constructor because it does not have any parameter or the argument. Then there is an constructor definition. There is an constructor body. Let's see the example here. Here is an one class, that is cube. In the cube class, there is an one member variable, data variable, that is side, which is of type integer. Then here constructor, default constructor is created. How to define the constructor? By using the class name. Here cube is the class name. It is an default constructor. It is called as default constructor because it does not have any parameter. Then here in the constructor body, I assign the 10 value to the side variable. Next, in the main function, there is an, when we create the object of a class, here we create the object of class cube, then constructor will automatically call and the value of the side will display. When you will compile and execute this particular program, then you will get the output as 10 because the side having a value 10. Next one is the next type of the constructor is the parameterized constructor. Sometimes it is essential to initialize the various data elements of the different object with different values when they are created. Sometimes we need to initialize the various data elements of the object with the particular values whenever they are created. And this is achieved by passing arguments to the constructor function when the objects are created. So, this is achieved by using the passing different arguments or the parameters to the constructor function. Means whenever the objects are created, then that parameters are assigned to the particular data member of that particular class. The constructors which accept any number of formal parameter and that formal parameter are used to initialize the object are called as parameterized constructor. The name itself suggests that the parameter constructor is nothing but using the parameterized constructor, you can provide different values to the data members of different object by passing the appropriate values as an argument. So, the parameterized constructor is defined as a constructor which accepts one or more arguments or parameters at the time of declaration of objects and initializes the data members of the object with these parameters or the arguments. So, the parameterized constructor is defined as a constructor which accepts different parameters, different arguments at the time of the declaration, and that initializes the data members of the object with these particular arguments. There is an syntax to define the parameterized constructor. Here in the class, here we create the parameterized constructor. For defining the constructor, you must use the class name because the constructor having the same name as the class name. So, here is a class name. Then in the constructor function, there is a number of parameters. And then we write the body of the constructor. This is an parameterized constructor. The parameterized constructor is nothing but the constructor having one or more arguments or one or more parameters. Here the parameterized constructor is created by using the class name, and in the function bracket we want to pass the different parameters to the constructor. Let's see one example for the parameterized constructor. Here cube is an one class. In that class side is an one data member. Here the constructor cube is created. This constructor is of parameterized constructor because in this constructor one parameter x is passed to the cube constructor. So, this type of constructor is called as parameterized constructor because this cube constructor having one parameter, and these parameters are these are the formal parameters. These formal parameters assigns the values to the actual data member of the class. Here x value is assigned to the side, means side gets the value from the x variable, and x is an parameter of the constructor. Next, it is an body of the definition of the constructor. Next, in the main function, here we create the three objects of the class. First one is a cube C1. C1 is an one object of a class cube and which having a one parameter because here we define the parameterized constructor. Means whenever we create the object of a class, then at that time we want to pass the parameter. So, it is an parameterized constructor and it is called whenever the object of a class is created. And whenever we create the object of a class, then at that time for that object we want to pass the different parameters that are defined. Here first object C1 is created and the value for the x is assigned here, that is 10. Next, second object is also created C2 which having a value 20, and next one is the third object is created for the cube and which having a value 30, and that objects values objects sides gets displayed. So whenever you compile and executes this particular program, so you will get the output as 10, 20 and 30. Here 3 different objects are created, and for these 3 different objects 3 times constructor function will call. Whenever you create the object of a class, then at that time the constructor function automatically called. So you will get the output as 10, 20 and 30. Next type of the constructor is the overloaded or multiple constructor. C++ also allows defining multiple constructors with the different number, data type or order of parameters in a single class using constructor overloading. In C++, you can also define more than one constructor function in a class with different number, different data type, order of parameter, different data type or different order of parameters in that particular class. The number of constructors can be defined for the same class with varying argument list is referred as overloaded constructor or multiple constructor. The multiple constructor is also called as overloaded constructor because the number of constructors that having the same name but they having a different parameters or different argument. There are number of constructors present within an same class. There may be 2, 3 constructors of the same name, but that constructors having a different parameters. So this is also called as overloaded constructor because we know that the function overloading means same function name but different parameters. So this type of constructor means same construct. We can create multiple constructors within a same class, and that constructors having a same parameter, same name, but they having a different parameters. So it is called as overloaded constructor. C++ constructor overloading enables multiple constructors to initialize different objects of a class differently. We can assign or we can initialize different objects of a class by enabling multiple constructors in the class. These objects can be initialized with the same values or different values or with existing object of the class. For these objects, we can initialize the same values or the different values. Let's see the syntax for defining multiple constructor. In this syntax, let's see the syntax. Here is an class name. Here is an one class. In that class, the constructor is created. Here is an 2 constructors. First one is an default constructor which having no parameters, and second one is a constructor with arguments. Here 2 constructors are created within the same class. That constructors having the same name because the constructor having a class name. So both these constructors having the 2 same names but they are having a different parameters. Here in this syntax, in the first constructor there is a no parameter, but in the second constructor there is an parameters. Bit means whenever we create the overloaded or multiple constructor in the C++, then the program contain more than one constructors of the same name but they having a different arguments. It is called as overloaded or multiple constructor. Let's see the example. In this example, see this example. In this example, class is an example. Class is an example. In that example class, there are two data members A and B. And in this program, in this class, two constructors are created. The first constructor which does not having any argument. Means here is an constructor without any argument. And here is an another one constructor. Means this class contain two constructor. Here is an another one constructor that having the same name, but they are having a different parameters. The first constructor without an argument, the second constructor is with argument. Here the two constructors are created. First is the constructor without argument, and in that constructor it assigns the values for the parameters, and in the second constructor it also assigns the values in the constructor. Means here it is an parameterized constructor. So here the formal parameters assigns the values to the actual parameter. X and Y are the formal parameters to the constructor, and that assigns values to the actual parameter of the class, that are A and B. Next, display function is the normal member function that displays the value for the A and B. Next, see the main function. We know that whenever the object of the class gets created, at that time the constructor will call automatically. So in this example, there is an class example, and whenever we create the object, here object is an first object of the example, and that gets value 10 and 20 for A and B. And second one object is created, example object 2. Here is an object 2 is an second object for the class example. And by using the different objects, object and object 2, we call here the member function display. So after executing this program, you will get the output as I am in constructor and I am in constructor, because here in this main function we create the two objects. So here two constructors are called. First one is the constructor with no argument, and second one is the constructor with argument. So whenever you create the object example object, this means this object having parameter. So this object calls the constructor with argument constructor. So it assigns the value for the A and B. That values are 10 and 20. So it will display values 10 and 20. And whenever you call the object 2 dot display, object 2 is the default constructor. So it gets display 50 and 100, because in the default constructor we assign the value for the A and B as 50 and 100. So it gets display 50 and 100. Let's remember that whenever you create the object for a class, then automatically the constructor is called. And when there are multiple constructors in the class, then that type of constructor is called as overloaded or multiple constructors, because that constructors are created by using the same class name. That constructors having a same name, but they contain different parameters. Here in this program, the class is an example, and this example class contain two constructors, example and example. They having a same constructor name, but the parameters are different. First constructor does not have a parameter, does not have any argument, but the second constructor is an with argument. So whenever the objects are created depending on respective parameters defined for that object, the constructor will call automatically and the value gets displayed. This is an overloaded or multiple constructor. Next one is the constructor with default arguments. Next type of constructor is the constructor with default argument. Number of times a function uses the same arguments for the same situation. For example, while calculating the total price of the items, same discount rate may apply to all the particular products. Means whenever we want to set any fixed value, whenever we want to assign a default value to the any parameter, that time we use the default argument, the constructor with default argument. Means it sets the default value to the particular data item or particular data member. For example, consider the example, whenever you calculating the total price of the any item, then the same discount rate is applied to the all products, all the particular products. That discount rate is an fixed value. That discount rate is an default value for that all the products. So this is an default constructor with default argument. Consider this example. Then therefore, instead of supplying such arguments all the time, C++ allows us to define an argument whose values will be automatically used by compiler if it is not provided during the function call. This is argument is called as default argument. Default arguments means what? The C++ provides the facility that an argument whose values, whenever C++ provides the facility or C++ allows us the facility that instead of supplying the same argument to all the member functions separately, instead of that C++ provides us the facility to set that value automatically by the compiler. Means whenever you does not give, if you does not give the value to that particular function, then the compiler automatically takes, by default it takes that value. Means default arguments can be used in functions, methods and constructors. And the default arguments can be used in any function, any member function, any method or by any constructor. Means in short, a default argument is a value provided in a function declaration that is automatically assigned by the compiler if the caller of the function does not provide a value for the argument with a default value. This is called as constructor with default argument. Means we can set the default value or fixed value to the constructors. Means whenever the caller does not assign the particular value to the constructor, then at that time the constructor will take automatically that default value and assigns it to the object. Let's see the program for the constructor with default argument. Here is an class accept. In that class accept, there are two constructors. In the first constructor, in the first function accept, that contain two parameters as integer a and integer b, but integer b having a value 25. Means here the default value for the b is set. I repeat once again, here are the two functions. The class is an accept, and here is an one function accept that having a two parameters a and b, and both are the integer types, and here the 25 value, 25 is the default value, is assigned to the variable b. Next, here the function call by two parameters. The function definition is here. For calculating the sum variable is declared. The sum, in the sum variable, the addition of a and b is stored, and this function returns the result value sum. Then in the main function, there are two variables are declared, m and n. The value will be entered by the user. So here the message is displayed, enter number. Here only one value is entered by the user. Here only C in M means here only one single values can be entered by the user, and N is equals to accept M, and here output N will be displayed. Here by using cout statement, the output will be displayed. Means it will consider a default value of B and add it with the value of A. So after execution, whenever, for example, you enter a value as 5, then it will display the output 30. Means whenever a user enters a 5 number, then the constructor will call. How? Let's see the main function. In the main function, there are two variables m and n. Only one single value is entered by the user. This is a first number. And what is about the second number? Second number is second number can be taken from the constructor's default argument or the function's default argument. How? Here is a second variable n, which takes the value from the accept m. Means accept is an constructor. So accept calls, and in accepts m value is taken, and n is an 25. So whenever you display the output, it will display the addition of this second value, means 25, because 25 is an default value, 25 plus 5. So it will display the value 30. Means in short, whenever the constructor will call using a single value, at that time the constructor automatically takes, the compiler automatically takes the default value set by the constructor. Here is a default value 25. So whenever the user gives only a single parameter, then second parameter will taken by the compiler automatically. This is an constructor with default argument. Means in this we can set a default value to the constructor, and that default value can be taken by compiler automatically. Next, last type of the constructor is the copy constructor. A copy constructor takes a reference to an object of the same class as itself as an argument. A constructor that initializes an object using values of another object passed to it as a parameter, it is called a copy constructor. And in C++, a new object of class also be initialized with an existing object of the same class. For this, the compiler of C++ calls the copy constructor, and copy constructor creates the copy of the passed object. So, the copy constructor is defined as a constructor which accepts already existing object through the reference to copy the data of member values. Means the copy constructor is a special type of constructor which takes an object as an argument. The copy constructor takes an argument as an object, and it is used to copy the values of data members of one object to another object. When you want to copy the values of a particular one object to the another object, in that case the copy constructor is used. So it is called as copy constructor because it copies the values of one class, values of one object to another object. And for the copy constructor, we want to define the reference to the data members. Let's see the syntax for defining the copy constructor. Here in the class, here constructor is created, and for that constructor the object name is passed as a parameter, and here is an body for the constructor. Here is an definition for the constructor. Only remember that in the copy constructor you want to pass the parameter as a object name. You pass the object name as a parameter in the copy constructor. Let's see the example. Here is an class sample. In that sample class, there are two data members x and y. Then here the constructors are called. First one is that default constructor. Default constructor is created sample. Then in second constructor, and here in the second constructor the reference or the copy of the first constructors is passed, and here is an one member function display. It is an definition for the default constructor. Here x and y values initialization is just x initialization is done, x having a value 10 and y having a value 20. Next, it is an copy constructor's definition is written here. For copy constructor, we know that the copy constructor takes the values from the existing object. By using the dot operator, here we assign the value for the x and y. How? Here x is equals to s dot x, means here copy constructor's reference object is an s. So here s dot x means already created x value is taken to the copy constructor's x, and already existing y's value is taken to the new y, and by using the display function x and y values gets displayed. Here one object ob1 is created. It is for the default constructor. ob1 is for the default constructor. Sample ob1, it is an first object and it calls the default constructor. And second ob2, it is an copy constructor which has a parameter as a existing object, that is an ob1. Here for the OB2 we pass the parameter as another one object, that is an OB1. In the copy constructor we pass the already existing object to the another object. So here second object is an OB2 which having a parameter as a already existing object, that is an OB1 which is an already created. Here is an copy constructor invocation. Here invoking a copy constructor. Third object OB3 is created which assigns the value of OB1. OB1 assigns the value to the OB3 and each object calls the display function. So every time whenever these three objects gets created, at that time x and y's values are displayed. That are same because that values are copied from object to object. This is an copy constructor. In the copy constructor, the existing object is the object whose copy is to be created and stored in a new object, and the argument is passed through the reference, not by the direct value. Here the each object, the first object is an OB1, so it is an existing object for the OB2. OB2 is an copy constructor which copies the values, copies the attributes, copies the data member from the existing object OB1. So here OB1 object is passed to the OB2. In the copy constructor we pass the existing object as a parameter to the another object. This is an example of copy constructor. Okay, thank you.